Yeah, so this is a new premium tank again, and apparently this is only being offered in loot boxes initially. So if you want a chance to play this thing, you have to buy loot boxes, and hopefully you get one. Yeah, this is it's a British tier 8 tank destroyer 4-shot autoloader, and it's pretty interesting. So I love playing autoloaders. I play a ton of bat chat, TVP. Autoloaders are my thing. This tank is really weird because it's almost like a hybrid between like a tank destroyer, but then it leans a little bit towards like the play style of like a a Lorraine a little bit, or yeah, something. It's interesting. We'll talk about it. So first thing I'll do to warn you guys is I'll just warn you that like if you get this tank, to excel in it, you're gonna need to be good and proactive about finding your shots and moving around and looking for angles on people. But it's a little bit challenging because this isn't like a really agile tank. But once you get up to speed, you can kind of get around the map a little bit. But if you plan on getting this tank and you just want to play it like kind of like a standard tank destroyer, meaning you kind of go pick your predefined World of Tanks, built this giant mountain with bushes for you to hide on and shoot like 75% of the map kind of position and wait for shots, it might not be enjoyable, because like a lot of times when you play those positions, you generally run into situations where you don't have a big window to shoot people. You generally want a tank that does high alpha in that kind of situation, like, hey, the guy poked up real quick and shot your friend and now he's backing into cover. Well, you hit him for 750 because I hate tank destroyer meta, but like that's what it is. This tank, you probably won't get 2 shots off in situations like that, or the shots will come sporadically, and then you'll have to reload, and then the enemy might still peek, but then you're reloading for 40 seconds. This kind of the vibe of the tank is like, I feel like when you play this thing, it's good if you kind of move around a little bit more. So if you're willing to move around and take chances, it'll do better. It kind of reminds me of the Foch B, because the Foch B has like this insane clip potential. And it can smoke like 2400 damage so fast, 2-second interclip, but it kind of struggles to hit shots, especially at range. But you don't want to play the Foch B close because it has a fixed turret. But that's where this, and it has bad penetration at range. But that's where this thing is interesting, because it has a fully functional turret. You can actually go play more positions in like a traditional tank destroyer, which is what I like. So and it has good gun depression. So for example, I like being able to play tanks that allow for 2 different play styles, such as like Object 277. You can go brawl heavies, or you can push medium flank if you want. So like multi-role tanks, if you will. I like them because they allow me to kind of have a bigger impact on the game, because you can't always count on getting a map or a situation that favors you. In tanks that only kind of do one thing really well, a lot of times the game's kind of miserable. But this tank has it can do different things, so I really liked it because of that. As far as trying to rate it on a scale of like bad or overpowered, I don't know yet what I want to say about it. Like, I feel like the downsides to it would be like, obviously it's DPM, you have a 40-second reload. The agility is pretty poor. It takes a long time to turn around, so you need to make sure you like reverse into position when you're trying to play these spots. The health is actually kind of high at 1200. A lot of times tier 8 tank destroyers have like 1000 health, but 1200 is actually pretty good. One thing I'll say about this tank is it has really stupid prem shells. So I don't see any reason not to shoot 100% premium in this tank, unless you're playing like tier 7s or 6s, because this thing realistically, this thing shoots like 5 rounds a minute. So at such low DPM, you can't really afford to bounce a shot. And the prem shells have 30% better velocity and 100% better penetration. So it's kind of stupid, it kind of feels like you're being baited to only shoot those, especially when you have a 40-second reload. You can't just like change your ammo type like most tanks can in like 10 seconds. So you just can't afford to miss. So I'm pretty sure a lot of people are going to shoot almost all premium in this thing. And as far as like when the general population gets this, I don't really know what it's going to be like. I feel like it's going to be kind of like a toxic tank. Like you hate getting shot by Borsig or Scorpion or ISU 152. Like, it sucks, right? No one likes that. But this thing's ability to just like delete you in 6 seconds, like you saw at the start of the video, man, like there's gonna be those guys who just stay in the same spot all game, and you try to push something and you're gonna lose 1280 health like nothing. Or you're gonna have the really good players in it who are like good at flexing around and ambushing and stuff, and you're gonna try to push and fight some dude, and outlurks true voodoo and kills you, like you're dead. I don't necessarily even know if this is like a good tank for the game. I think console went and did like a 3-round Borsig premium tank that shoots like 3 shots at like 750 alpha or something. And like it's just, honestly, I don't think people will like it on console. I'm kind of afraid this is entering that territory a little bit because at, you know, close to mid range, the gun is just insane. At long range, you can start to derp out a little bit, which, you know, it can be frustrating when you never want to miss a shot, but it just feels, man, this thing just deletes things sometimes. So it might be fun to play aside from like the speed and the sluggishness, but I'm not looking forward to these things driving around and ending my life on a push. It's just not going to be fun. So hopefully some of the gameplay that you saw in this video kind of showed you a little bit about the tank, and that's it, guys. It's kind of my thoughts on it. So yeah, I think it's a pretty good tank. I'm definitely going to play it a lot because kind of like the laser accuracy at like close to mid range for the most part with this gun, and being able to do 1200 damage in 6 seconds pretty accurately with such high velocity and pen. Like I'm going to play it some more. Anyways, thanks for watching. Good luck on the loot box stuff, guys, and I'll see you on the next video.